this video, I show you how I go from concept to creation of these drop earrings. So follow along if you'd like to see how I make them. For this project, I'm going to be using 16 gauge copper wire and 22 gauge copper wire, both silver colored round. 20 gauge and 18 gauge wire would work perfectly for this as well, but I wanted something more sturdy, so that's why I'm using 16 gauge. But if you're going to make this, feel free to use whatever gauge you like. Just know the heavier the gauge, the more strong the frame or the base wire would be. I start by straightening the wire and begin by cutting 6.5 inches of the 16 gauge wire, 2 pieces. Then I'll take both wires and align them and put them at the very largest section of the ring cone in the middle and just bend the wire around, forming a sort of teardrop shape. Then I will take the 22 gauge round and cut 2 pieces of that at 6 inches each. Then come to one of the sides, the ends here, about a centimeter down, and I'm just going to fold it over the side here on both pieces of wire. Now I'm going to hold right there at that fold and straighten that wire out a bit by bending it. Then I'll take my step pliers and go ahead and make a loop at the top. And just bring that folded end up and over your loop. Before I move on, I want to make sure that both of the pieces are still the exact same size or very, very close to size, because once you finish, you can't really edit. So I want to make sure that they're still fairly equal. It's hard to make an exact duplicate when you're making pair of something, especially like earrings or whatever. So go ahead and make the edits now if you need to. Mine is just off just a hair, so I'll just fix that real quick to make it equal. And I think they are good enough. I don't want to keep messing with it because it's coated copper, and the more you play around with it, the more likely you will be to scratch it and scratch off the the silver coating. All right, so for these, I guess I should use my stepped pliers and use them both wires at the same time to make sure they're the same. So I've got that there, and I think I will go ahead and Let's go ahead and wrap that around. See what we're gonna do here. Okay, so I like freestyling because I never know how it's going to turn out. And you just let your imagination run wild, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to put these away and just do the rest with my hand. See how that comes out. Leave that side long because I'm going to be wrapping it around the side, probably. Go ahead and try to fit this in here somehow. I'm going to start by bending this because I know already that I'm going to use that to wrap around. All right, let's bend that wire around there and pull it through. And wrap it again. Alright, so we have that here. I think I'm going to connect them here, maybe. Connect them there. And I'm going to pull this wire up some. And I'll connect that wire to this part here. To connect them, I'm not going to use the 22 gauge. I would like to use 28 or 26, but I don't have that in silver. The smallest I have in silver is 24 gauge. So we're going to use that to connect the wires. I guess about 2 reps would be good, 2 or 3. And then I'm just gonna snip the wire. I didn't measure the wire because this being a freestyle, I have no idea how much was going to be needed. So I just cut about 5 inches and I'm gonna use that until I can't. All right. So let's go ahead and snip that off there. And I made 3 reps. And I'll flatten this. Guess I should connect right here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and snip that off. And flatten. There's one piece. This will make a great pendant as well. I think it looks pretty cool. Cut another 3 inches of the 22 gauge wire, and I think I'm gonna fill this space in right here. It looks a little empty for me. Curve this wire, well, I should do both of them. That way they'll be virtually identical again. I'm just working on one, trying to perfect this loop-de-loop. Then I'll work on the other one. Almost there, just a bit more twists and turns. That ought to do it. I'm going to add this piece inside right there. So I basically curve the wire around like this, and I'm going to probably fit it right here, like that. Okay, we'll see. And bend that wire around there. And let's use this piece to connect this piece. So this is what we have so far. I'm gonna pin this piece to that side there and this piece to that side there. And I think we're gonna be done with these. So I've wrapped a piece of wire around there to connect this piece to this piece here. And I'm just going to trim that wire and flatten. There we go. Better? Alright. And I think that's pretty much it. And I'm going to do the other one and then make some ear hooks. So I'm done with that. The last thing to do is just go ahead and create ear wires, and I'm going to use 20 gauge wire for that. 2 pieces, about 2 inches each. So I'd like to take a moment now to express my deepest gratitude for each and every one of you who's already subscribing to my channel. Thank you. I can't believe I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. It's all thanks to your incredible support. Your likes, your comments, and shares mean the world to me, so they keep me motivated to create more content that you love. If you're new here, welcome. I'm thrilled to have you join us. My channel is all about just learning and growing. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this journey with me. I'm so grateful for your support, and I can't wait to continue creating amazing content for all of you. And that is it, guys. We are done. Thank you for sticking around, following along. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon for the next one. Bye-bye for now.